Good morning, students, and welcome to Mr. Todd's art class. This is episode 1, so I called you students because I don't have a mascot for my school yet, and it's not even really a school yet. It's just a classroom or a corner of my bedroom. So, these are your morning announcements. The morning announcements are going to be a little highlight reel of art and creators of the last week, or in this case, the last month. For episode 1's morning announcements, I'm going to go through the creators who have made April so great. I have highlighted 3 specifically that I want to shout out for you. So the first collection that I want to introduce you to is Netflix. It might sound a little weird, but Netflix is actually killing it on the quarantine binge watch game. They have already captured our hearts by having Parks and Rec and The Office. They just added Community to that lineup as well. But they've had some incredible original content this past month that has taken the world by storm. Starting with Tiger King. Even if you haven't watched it yet, I have not watched it yet. Even if you haven't watched it yet, you probably have heard the name Carole Baskin before, and you know about the Tiger King. Second, Too Hot to Handle. They created this bizarre concept of these Tinder crazy, swipe right mad hot people who are only in it for the cash and the sex. And when they introduced some rules of no sex, no kissing into this dating reality show, and really threw a curveball in their summer. A really bizarre concept. I don't think that they nailed it right on the head with the first season, but it is a promising concept, and I'm looking forward to second season. And third and finally from Netflix, Black AF from Kenya Barris, creator of Blackish and Mixedish. I would compare this show similar to Arrested Development or Schitt's Creek style of shooting. And similar to those shows, you can always find a character who you can relate to. This is no exception. A genius concept for a beautiful creation, Black AF. I highly recommend it. The second artist that I want to shout out for this week's morning announcements is John Krasinski. John Krasinski has brought us some good news and has released an episode each week, bringing America some good news and some hope. From some heroes on the front line and those who are recovering and bringing positive energy to the universe. He's also featured some incredible artists such as Steve Carell, Brad Pitt, and the cast of Hamilton. I highly recommend you check out Some Good News on YouTube. Episodes released each week, hosted by John Krasinski. And finally, the DJ of America, D Nice of Instagram. DJ D Nice has taken the world by storm through Instagram Live, capturing the hearts of celebrities and artists alike and bringing some positive energy and great music to your living room. His high quality sound and beautiful mixes have created this new atmosphere for social media. He blew up overnight and captured the attention of over 1 million followers by just doing what he loved, by sharing music and good energy to the world. So go check out D-Nice if you have not followed him yet on Instagram at D-Nice. And he goes Instagram Live almost every day, sometimes multiple times a day, collaborating with other creatives as well. I highly recommend you check him out. Those are the morning announcements, and I hope you have a great day, and welcome to episode 1 of Mr. Todd's art class. Hello everybody, welcome to my art classroom. If you know me for a while, you know that I used to be an art teacher. I used to be in the classroom every single day. I haven't been doing that the past year and a half. I have worked as an after-school all-stars coach, still working with students in a middle school, still being able to just invest in students and build relationships. I've especially missed being able to teach. I have not had a ton of opportunity to expend all of this knowledge that I have about creativity and art and just the creative practices of artists of the world today. Usually I'm able to just talk about art and talk about music and sports and things with people at work or people that I interact with. But because of quarantine, that is not really happening as much. I would like a place that I can just teach and spread my creative knowledge to the world, and that is my goal with this channel. So I'm calling this Mr. Todd's Art Classroom, and I wanted to welcome you in for the first class. This class is going to be an introductory of what we're going to be talking about, the type of classroom environment that it's going to be and what you're going to learn or grow in, and my goals for what this place is. So there are a few reasons why I am doing this. Number one, like I said, I wanted to get back to teaching. I wanted to take the knowledge that I have and be able to share that with some people, and hopefully it blesses you and helps you. Number two, especially during this quarantine, I wanted to just educate and entertain as much as I can. If you want to watch this video and make fun of me and laugh at it, that's fine. That's cool. Entertainment, great. But if you want to learn something and be educated and just have a good time, that's my goal here as well. I just want you guys to enjoy yourselves, hopefully learn something about yourself or about art or about the world. It doesn't really matter. I just want this place to be welcoming and inviting for you. Number three, my ultimate goal. I have this saying that art is the why of the world. If it weren't for art, a lot of the things that we would do, we just won't do anymore. The reason we buy the things we buy, the places we go, the food we eat, all of it can be related to art and some form of creative practice. I believe that all of us are artists and all of us can be creative if you just tap into that creative potential. So that is my ultimate goal, to tap into your creative potential and reveal why art is the why of the world. I want you to be able to be comfortable in your creative skin and find ways to practice developing that side of your brain. We'll be doing step-by-step projects. I'll be showing you creative processes behind projects that I've already done and works that I'm working on right now. We're going to have lessons about artists, specifically about artists who are working today, great painters or hip-hop artists or musicians or athletes or chefs. Because art is the why of the world, it is everywhere, and there are artists everywhere that are worth recognizing and worth praising and learning about. We're also going to be talking about movies. I'll do some movie reviews and movie discussions, talking about the art of filmmaking and the beauty that storytelling has. I will also be giving you some creative practices, some creative activities, or otherwise known as Zachtivities, that you can do to develop that creative muscle in your brain. There's so much that I have packed into this creative project that I'm really excited to share with you guys. I wanted to leave you with the first Zachtivity, something very simple that you can practice at home to really unlock that muscle. Like growing up, when you went to school, everybody had a different reading level. It didn't really matter if you read above or below your grade level. Everybody was different and everybody was unique, and that was okay. Similar to that reading level, we all have an artistic development level as well. Most of us, because we stop exercising that muscle at an early age, our artistic level ends at that point. Most adults in America have a junior high level of artistic ability. It's not by any fault of their own. It's not because they're not an artist or because God didn't gift them with this magical ability. It's simply because they didn't practice that muscle. Just like exercising, if you want your muscles to grow, it takes time and it takes consistent practice. So if you're one of those people who has not done anything artistic or not intentionally poured into an artistic practice since junior high school, then this is the perfect first step. It's great to have a starting point to look back on and say, that's where I started, this is where I am today, look how much progress I have made over this time. So whatever field you work in or whatever creative practice you're in, whether it be writing or business or finance or sales or teaching, it doesn't really matter. Developing that creative muscle is incredibly important, and it's a huge asset for you. We all have it. It's just something that we have to exercise and utilize to make it great. So my first activity for you is going to be a drawing activity. All you're going to need is a piece of paper, a pencil, some things around your house, and a light, and that's it. So what you're going to do is set up a couple of objects onto a table. So you're going to place the light on those objects so that there's a good amount of shadows and different lighted areas. Then you're going to sit about 6 feet away, put your piece of paper on a book or a notepad, and you're just going to draw exactly what you see. You're going to look for the changes of light, you're going to look for the different shapes you see, and you're going to draw exactly as you see it from 6 feet away. Your goal is not to make it look perfect. It's not to make it look identical to what you see there. It's just to get your mind seeing something and then putting it onto paper right away. Without tracing, without seeing somebody else do it before you, this is a brand new object, a brand new piece of art that is being created. So play around with it, add some shading, add some color, move the objects around if you want, but the goal is to get your mind seeing something and creating it on paper without ever seeing anybody else do it before you. This is not about getting something right, it's about exercising that creative process in your mind. I hope this is something that you guys are looking forward to, something that will be beneficial for you. I am really excited about everything that I have in store, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. If you if you actually do this activity, I would love to see your work. You don't have to post it or anything. If you wanted to send it to me on Instagram, that's fine. But if you want to post it and tag me, I would love to see what you're drawing. So thanks for stopping by. Class is officially dismissed. We'll see you next time.